Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. Alright, this video is going to be called "How Am I in a Black Separatist Group?" Hey man, because as you can clearly see, let me bring this in full size just to make it clear, bigger picture. How the fuck am I in a black separatist group, alright? Because, I remember, a brother brought this up, Southern Poverty Law Center, and, today I was just kind of meditating on it. And, I mean, I'm part of Great Millstone, right? So how the fuck am I part of a black separatist group, man? And then, so I looked into it. I was like, I was, trying to find Great Millstone on the Southern Poverty, or my camp on the Southern Poverty Law Center. And they even have the Nashville camp too. And they have, a brother that's the complexion of skin just like myself. So how the fuck are we part of a black separatist group? And we preach all the time that you have Israelites scattered into other nations that aren't gonna have, the black fucking look, complexion. So how the fuck, excuse my explicits, but this is insulting to me, man. Because one, that term black is an insulting term. Whenever you look up that word black, it represents everything negative, dark, void of light, void of understanding. And then also, even if you were to use a term as, to describe a complexion of skin, you're insulting my intelligence for, trying to join a black separatist group. Then you also insult, brothers' intelligence for, having them, blind to the fact that I'm not, of their complexion. It just doesn't make sense, man. Whatever way you look at it, But anyways, I'm gonna make this lesson about, how to look on the outer, looking on the carnal, or looking on the outer flesh is carnal. But this is 1 Samuel 16:7. It says, "But the Lord saith unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I refused him. For the Lord, the Most High, seeth not as man seeth." Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. "For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." Alright, so it's not about the outward appearance. We don't separate ourselves from other people based on their outward appearance. Alright, we separate ourselves based on the heart, really. On the spirit. Alright? And your spirit is determined by your father's lineage. Alright? And that's why, Numbers 1:18, and also throughout the scriptures, whenever they gave their genealogies, it was always by the house of their fathers. This is a quick example. Numbers 1:18. "And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers." Alright? By the house of their fathers, according to the number of their names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. So that's how the Israelites determined who was an Israelite or not. They go by their father's lineage. Alright, that's what the word pedigree means. Family or lineage. Alright? But of course, we don't have all those records now. So that's why in the New Testament, it says not to go after, well, Titus 3:9, I'll read it. But avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain. All right? Because I can't prove my genealogy goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right? But, those of, the faithful and diligent and repentant spirit, the ones that are clinging on to and believe on the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem El Shai, those are the ones that have the spirit of an Israelite. All right? That's why, in Matthew chapter 8, let me start up. Yeah, Matthew 8 and 5, it says, And when Yahushua was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion beseeching him. And a centurion is like a Roman guard, like a police, like their day police officers almost, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Yahushua saith unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, Go, and he goeth, and another, Come, and he cometh. And to my servant, Do this, and he doeth. All right, so he was telling Yahushua, he was like, you don't have to come, to my house. I'm unworthy. Like, that was a humble response. He was showing humility to Yahushua. This was a man of authority. And he gave the example of, his authority in comparison of Yahushua's authority. He says, I have, authority over certain soldiers. I tell them what to do. I don't have to go do it myself. I tell soldiers to go do things, and they go and handle it. He says, your word is stronger than, mine. And in 10 it says, when Yahushua heard it, he marveled and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. All right. And it says, And I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. All right. So he is, when he says, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel, he was talking about the Israelites that, had kept, the laws that, who called themselves Israelites and, grew up in the Israelite customs and knew that they were Israelites. But this centurion guard, or this certain centurion, he probably didn't have the Israelite look. He didn't, he was, I mean, he was a officer for the Romans, so he probably wasn't getting along with, the Jews at that time. And then he goes on to say, And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Right? Because the scriptures talk about how, Israel shall be scattered among all nations. And then, him saying that the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness, meaning that they're going to be cast out into confusion. They're going to lose their way, Matter of fact, let me grab Deuteronomy 27. Excuse me. No, 29. I remember. Yeah, this is Deuteronomy 29 and verse. Um, I'll start at 24. It says, "Even all nations shall say, Wherefore hath the Lord done this unto this land? What meaneth the heat of this great anger? Then men shall say, Because they have forsaken the covenant of the Lord, the power of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. For they went and served other gods and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against this land to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book, and the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter." And even in the 27th chapter, I was reading, curses in there. It says, "And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, as it is this day." All right. And that was going on ever since, the kingdom split and the northern kingdom went into, Assyrian captivity. They're rooted out of their land and cast out, and, were forced to serve other gods. All right. Because originally they started serving other gods, and, the Most High was like, all right, y'all want to serve other gods? Let's see where that takes you. Cast out into outer darkness, spread out from east to the west. But then, they're going to, at the end days, the elect who are going to look, every complexion of skin, tall, short, wide, skinny, you know, from dark brown eyes to light blue eyes, from dark brown hair to blonde hair, red hair, freckles. Matter of fact, speckled bird, man. Jeremiah 12 and 9, it says, "Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour." You know, his heritage is like a speckled bird. When you go into that word speckled, it means covered or marked with a large number of small spots or patches of color, because they they mixed and mingled with the other nations. This is Psalms 106 and 35. Let me start up a bit. Psalms 106 and I'll start at 32. "They angered him also at the waters of strife, so that it went ill with Moses for their sakes, because they provoked his spirit, so that he spake unadvisedly with his lips. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen, and learned their works. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils." So this was going on, throughout Israelite history, is that they wouldn't hearken unto the Lord, and they'd mingle among the heathens, practice their works, serve other gods, you know, have sex with their women, and out comes, little Jake looking like a heathen, doing the heathen's works, sacrificing unto their gods. And then after a while, they learn, hey, wait a second, something's not right. These idols that we've been worshiping falsely aren't doing a bitch ass thing. But over here, Yahweh Shai's performing miracles on the land. Then you have a repentant spirit upon an Israelite that's in the midst of the centurions. He's like, damn, I need a miracle myself. This guy Yahweh Shai is his power is where it's at. I'm gonna start following him. And that's the story of the Israelites throughout history, even unto the end of days, man, which we're in right now. That's why you have Brothers like myself and the brother, actually, there's two brothers in the Nashville camp, that that don't have that Israelite look. The brother Malachi, and the other brother. I've only met him once, but he knows who I'm talking about. I forget his name though, but hey, in other brothers too, man. But it's just comical to call us a black separatist group when we where if you were to, because y'all say that y'all track y'all track us, but y'all ain't tracking us with your ears, because if you heard what we were saying, our actual ideologies, you would know that we're not black separatists. It's comical, man. But yeah, I also grabbed Romans 10 and 12. It says, "For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek, for the same Lord over all is rich unto all that call upon him." Now, if you gotta go into the blue letters for whenever you break down Gentile or Greek. Let's go to Romans 10 and 12. Let's see what this word Greek means in the Greek. All right, it says a Greek either by nationality, whether a native of the mainland or of the Greek islands or colonies. In a wider sense, the name embraces all nations, not Jews, that made the language, customs, and concerning in Slovakia, and learning of the Greeks their own, the primary reference to a difference of religion and worship. All right, so when you're Hellenized, that means that you're coined as a Greek if you're Hellenized. If you spake the Greek language and practice the Greek customs, then that's all it took for you to be called a Greek. That's why the Apostle Paul, he was called also a Greek, but he explicitly says that he's from the tribe of Benjamin. And I think it's up earlier in the chapter. No, I think it's it was the next chapter. Yeah, Romans 11 and 1. I say, then hath the Most High cast away his people? The Most High forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Because the Christians will use scriptures like Romans 10 and 12 to try to include all nations. It wasn't just the Israelites, it's the Gentiles too. But no, you have to understand that word Gentile was referring to Israelites in a Gentile state of mind. There were Israelites that were scattered and picked up their customs. That's also written in the curses of Deuteronomy. I got it in Deuteronomy 29, but I'm going to get it in Deuteronomy 28. Verse 64, it says, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there also shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone." So there you have it, man. We're not fucking black separatists. We're Israelite separatists. You could put that. I would love to see Israelite separatists rather than black separatists. Because I ain't black, I'm an Israelite, alright? And I ain't white either. That's a whole nother lesson, Bacon's Rebellion. Because that's the whole reason why y'all are trying to call us black Hebrew Israelites. That's nothing but Bacon's Rebellion, coming, full circle, repeating itself in history, trying to increase that because y'all rather wish that we're like these other camps who are black separatists, ISUBK, Nation of Islam, IUIC. Y'all rather wish we were black separatists, because in that case you wouldn't have Israelites scattered wake up to the fact that they're Israelites. And it's funny because I see always on my recommended feed, that video of a so-called black guy that infiltrated the KKK, white separatist, so-called white separatist hate group. Well, where's my fucking where's my documentary on how a so-called white person infiltrated a so-called black separatist hate group? You know why they won't give me a documentary? Because you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna bring out scriptures of, oh yeah, it's not a black thing, and they actually taught me that, and everything that they say is right. That's why they won't give brothers that look like myself a documentary of how we joined a black separatist group. They can't even explain why we're in a black separatist group. Oh man, it's just funny. But yeah, Lord willing, this is edifying for the elect of Israel out there. So once again, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Again, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught me that I was an Israelite, and taught me the correct doctrine. and peace and blessings to the elect out there that's, exhorting, other Israelites out there, and, bringing out this truth to wake up the elect of Israel, man. Huge peace and blessings unto brothers. This is a beautiful thing that we're part of. So, with that, hey, shalom.